I've had the privilege of broadcasting on the national airwaves during an unprecedented period in British history. A nasty and highly transmissible virus, but one non-fatal to the vast majority of the population, has provoked an extraordinary reaction from governments across the world, including ours. The way we live our lives, whether or not we work, who we hug and where we go, has now become a permission granted by the state rather than a fundamental human right. It's an assault on our citizenship that would have Kim Jong-un blushing over his vintage glass of 12-year-old Scotch whisky. Hundreds of billions of pounds have been borrowed on our behalf and on behalf of future generations. We will be paying the price for this for not just years, but decades to come. Once viable businesses have been shut down and creating the biggest recession in 300 years. Creating that recession, by the way, not an accident, not caused by the virus itself, it was policy. We knowingly closed schools and as a result interrupted our children's education. We rode roughshod over their mental and physical health, particularly when we masked them up in classrooms. And ultimately, we have diminished their life chances. And now some want to jab them as well. Our parliamentary democracy has had a kicking with unprecedented legislation to challenge our ability to protest and exercise our fundamental freedoms. And covering our faces for over a year without overwhelming scientific justification has been law. It's a measure that is not without harm, which is why I famously made a stand on this show over a year ago. And I stand by that radio programme and I stand by that decision. It's patently clear to me that the impact of lockdowns and other COVID measures far outweigh any imagined advantage. Country after country have proved, those that locked down hard, those that didn't, that the virus is going to virus. It will do its thing. Sweden is often mentioned because they are one of the few countries that didn't follow the madness, and their per capita death toll from COVID is far lower than ours and other similar lockdown-heavy countries. But as we approach Freedom Day on Monday, notwithstanding the many terms and conditions and strings attached, I am resolutely optimistic. The Prime Minister has disguised the freedom message in mumbo-jumbo about do the right thing and businesses helping out. But the fact that none of these measures are now enshrined in law means that in spite of the Prime Minister's faux gravity at the press conferences, freedom is being granted. Just obviously with a nod and a wink, which is typical of our Prime Minister. On Monday, you can hug anyone. You can go mask free. You can attend a large event. You can stop boiling your hands in hydrochloric acid every time you go into a shop. And you can walk around supermarkets without following those bloody arrows. Everything now points in the right direction, the direction of freedom. But with freedom available, it must be taken. If we self-impose restrictions above and beyond the law, then this never ends. If we keep ourselves mentally in lockdown, we stay in lockdown. Our leaders and the sage scientists will consider more lockdowns in the winter an easier transition if we don't take our freedom. We have to make it harder for them, not easier, because this country cannot take any more damage. So on Monday, don't go mad. Obviously, follow the law. Absolutely. Be respectful and sensible. Be understanding of others. Be empathetic and careful, especially those who are vulnerable or nervous, uncomfortable or worried. Show those people, and there are, I'm afraid, millions of them, compassion. But freedom is a choice. So choose going out to the pub. Choose buying clothes from Next and Primark you don't need and that probably don't fit you, if you're honest. Choose alfresco dining. Choose parties. Choose spontaneous get-togethers. Choose the cinema and Fast and Furious 377. It's a good one. Choose laughing. Choose eye contact. Choose new friendships and old. Choose drunken bus rides home and the headache the next day. Choose office banter. Choose an office romance. Jim in the marketing department. Sandra in sales. Yes, please. On Monday, it's time to choose life, to choose love, and to choose freedom. This is Talk Radio.